boys, and well, here we are. It's our second installment of Feast of Friends, exploring the writings of Jim Morrison. Sort of my companion piece to Morning Roomie. I'm probably going to do this 2 or 3 times a week. It won't be as extensive, just for the fact that I'm reading a screenplay. I'll probably just do like 2 or 3 poems a week of by Morrison. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I think afterwards, after I'm done with the Roomie and Morrison thing, we'll probably move on to Milton and Patti Smith. And yeah, I'm going to get right into the screenplay. Script that we're reading. Where did we leave off? Oh yeah, we got to Billy, and Billy wants to, marry a Mexican prostitute over the border, and he just got picked up by some weird business dude, and yeah, we're gonna see where this story takes Billy, and all that jazz. And, I thought it was gonna be wittier than this, but yeah, whatever the fuck, I don't know. I just have a lot of exciting things coming up, because we'll probably take a week off at some point. But yeah, I just got this new job in a city I've always wanted to live in, and this is technically my last day of a vacation where I get to start this new life. So I'm just really excited about that and all that jazz. Plus, man, I smoked a fucking ball. I had a delicious iced coffee, and I went to a walk on the trails where I live, so I'm just in a damn fucking good mood. So here we go. The driver just picked up Billy. Well, what are you gonna do when you get to LA? Have you got a job lined up? Billy. He is beginning to nod. The man drives on. We see glimpses of the American landscape out the window of a car. The man glances sideways, occasionally at Billy, who is sleeping. Close-up of the man's right hand moving snake-like toward the hiker's left leg. He hesitates and touches it above the knee. Immediately, a .38 revolver appears from behind Billy's jacket and points at the driver. Pull over. Oh, fuck. This is why people don't hitchhike anymore. Or pick hitchhikers up? Anyway. Profile of car, left side, extreme shot. Is that extreme close-up shot? I don't know. Oh no, extreme long shot. Extreme long shot, everyone. We hear a shot. The hitchhiker comes around the rear of the car, opens the door, and pulls the driver toward the camera, his corpse that is, to the gully, and after stripping his wallet of all the cash, gets into the car and drives away. The kid is standing beside the car with his thumb out. I really feel like there should be a transition, like moments or days past, whatever. The hood is raised. The engine has failed. A state patrolman, we learned this from his uniform, western hat, and badge, stops in his own unmarked car. Billy gets in the car. The sheriff is friendly. He talks a lot. He tells Billy that he's just getting back home after delivering 2 lunatics from his local jail to the state asylum. I had to put them both in straitjackets and throw them in the back of the wagon. I had to. They were totally uninhibited. I mean, if I let them loose, they would just start jerking off and playing with each other. So I just had to keep them tied up. The killer is trying to stay awake. He's strung out on bennies. Ooh, yeah, been there. And also just plain exhausted. And he's fighting a foul of man's conversation. The sheriff rambles on. Billy is in that weird state between sleep and waking, where it is hard to distinguish between what's being said in reality and what he hears in his dream. The sheriff asks a question, he answers, and then suddenly jerks up to realize that he's been inventing his own dialogue inside his head. Shit, all the time. Finally, he can take it no longer. He pulls the gun out and orders the sheriff to pull over to the side of the road. Then he forces him to unlock the trunk, orders him inside, and slams the lid. I bet he starved that fucker. Probably not. Interior of the car. The hitchhiker is driving on. As the car slows down for an upgrade, the trunk flies open and the sheriff tumbles out into the dust. Billy sees it in the rearview mirror. He slams on the brakes, jumps out of the car, and runs back to the spot. From off in the desert, we see the sheriff racing insanely toward the camera. He suddenly leaps and throws himself flat on the ground behind a sand dune next to the camera. From his point of view, the sheriff crouched and breathing in heavy gasps. We watch the kids stand on the side of the road, stare out in the desert, and finally get into the car and drive away. God, I hate that fucking trope where people just vanish. You know, like when the fucking ring race are chasing after Frodo and his gang, and they're just fucking in a ditch. That's just bullshit. Anyway, Billy is hitchhiking again. Obviously, he has ditched the sheriff's car somewhere along the way. A car pulls over. There's a young man driving, and in the back seat are his wife and two small children, a boy and a girl. The driver is friendly, tells him he used to hitchhike a lot himself, and volunteers the information that he has just returned home from 2 years in Vietnam, where he was a pilot. Billy pulls out the gun and lets them know immediately that he wants them to take him anywhere he wants to go. Otherwise, he'll kill them. Fuck yeah, that's how you get things done. It is night. They pull into a gas station. Billy is hungry and so are the kids. So he goes with the ex-aviator into a small county store that's part of the station. He warns the family to keep quiet or he'll kill everyone. Inside the country store, a seedy old man behind the counter. They ask him for a bunch of ham sandwiches. Yeah, that reminds me of Crispin Glover, right? I forget the movie, where he's just making fucking ham sandwiches and his kid calling his character. He's just screaming from the first floor, "I'm making my lunch!" And he's got like a pile of ham sandwiches, sorry. And close up, we watch him slice the meat, the knife hesitating minutely, deciding on the thickness of each slice. The two men stand there watching him. Suddenly, the husband wheels around and gets a grip on the hitchhiker from behind. What the fuck is he trying to do? You know. Anyway, they whirl madly around the store. The father screaming for the proprietor to call the police. The man, "Stop him! He's got a gun! He's gonna kill us! Help me!" Billy somehow manages to get his gun out and forces the man to the car. The store owner stares after him, mouth agape, and then picks up the receiver to call the police. I really feel like the store manager just should have been fucking stoic and not even reacted, just gone making sandwiches. Morning. A young boy finds the car, pulled off on a side road, splattered with blood. He opens the door and the little girl's baby doll, the naked, flesh-colored rubber kind, and in close-up, we see blood on it. It needs dirt, and it needs to be like missing a fucking eye. And for some reason, I wrote "undress the doll" in here. Wow. The exterior of a rundown shack in the country. We hear the sounds from inside. Interior of the shack. Television, radio, newspaper reporters, including an attractive woman with a notebook, are interviewing the father's killer. He's a very old man, an alcoholic, who is slightly pleased to be thrust suddenly into the spotlight, but who treats the situation with a grave sense of public image and irony. He was always a pretty strange boy, especially after his mother passed. Then he got real quiet. He didn't have many friends, just his brothers and sisters. "Mr. Cook, is there anything you'd like to tell your son?" That's the girl reporter. I apologize for the feminine voices. Father. "Yes, there is. Billy, if you can hear me, son, please turn yourself in. 'Cause what you're doing, it just ain't right. You're not doing right, son. And you know it." During his appeal, the camera has moved slowly into a close-up of the old man's face. Interior, car, night, rain. A car radio. Light glows yellow in the dark. God, I love these setups. The radio is playing a country gospel hour. A revival meeting. The preacher and his flock. As Billy listens, we flash back into his past over the rain and windshield wipers. We see an old man and young boy in the woods. The man is Billy's father, and the boy is Billy himself. At about age 7 or 8, the father teaches his son how to shoot a gun. He tells him to aim it at a rabbit. "Don't be afraid, son. Don't be afraid. Just squeeze one off." We see a rabbit pinioned in a rifle's telescopic sight. And we stop.